Hi there, Let's Talk Sports fans. Thanks for tuning in.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great LTS show. I'm your host, Bodkins. Man, lots to get into tonight. I think we're going to be talking a lot of NBA playoffs, even some NFL news, some fifth-year options were declined. Then we'll talk a little baseball at the back end as well. We might be giving out our top 10 power rankings. What's up, David? How you doing, my brother? Hopefully from Amsterdam, New York. So you're from New York or are you from Amsterdam? I'm confused. Nonetheless, appreciate it, David, for tuning in as always. But tonight, I mean, the 76 are the right now the game's getting ready to tip off. 76ers, Knicks. That series has been phenomenal. Going into Game 6 right now. Series is what's it? 2-2? No, it's 3-2. 3-2 Knicks. Did you know the New York Knicks, and we'll have Mr. Nick on himself, Johnny Cruz here in just a minute. Yeah, from Amsterdam, New York. Yeah, I don't know. All right, whatever, David. I'm just an idiot, so it's okay. Nonetheless, yeah, I was trying to figure out, are you from the country Amsterdam or are you from the state of New York? That's what I need to know. Amsterdam, New York. I can be just an idiot. Nonetheless. Anyway, so we got that series going. The Knicks have not clinched a playoff series at home since 1995. So damn near 30 years here since the Knicks clinched a playoff game at home. They failed to do that the other night. Now they're in Game 6 and back in Philly. We just saw the Pacers out of the playoffs. Or in the out the Bucks are advanced. So now the second round will not have Giannis, Dame, will not have Jimmy Butler, will not have LeBron James, will not have Kevin Durant or Booker, no Steph Curry. I mean, we are at now what I like to call a new age of basketball, folks. Get to know these young stars, i.e. the Tyrese Maxeys, the Pablo Bancaros, the Anthony Edwards. You already know who Jokic is and Jamal Murray is from last year. You probably already know who Tatum and Brown are because the Celtics have been there. But it's time to get to know these other kids. Get to know Jalen Brunson because these kids are the new era of NBA talent. We are now closing a chapter. There was the Jordan era. There was the Kobe era, the LeBron era, and many faces and names in those eras as well. And now we are entering a new era of basketball because all those previous names, legends, Hall of Famers, great players, they're not going to be around. And maybe not even the Clippers, right? So you're looking at Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, if the Mavs finish business. But a guy who is happy he's been a Pacers fan for about 365 days. Just saw his team clinch their first playoff victory and are headed to the second round. Give it up for Mr. First Down, Sam.
Hey, Amsterdam, New York is a city in Montgomery County, New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Population 18,219. So there you go. Named after Amsterdam and then
thanks for clearing that up. See, I was confused. He said he's from Amsterdam, New York.
I did the same thing. I was like, is this a certain borough or something, or something along?
Well, I'm thinking he's either from the country Amsterdam and there's a city named New York,
right?
Or I thought we were international. I mean, we are international at times.
We are. But we want to be more international. We want to be universal.
I thought David was going to be our best ever viewer from Amsterdam, but I guess he's our best viewer, viewer from Amsterdam, New York. So there's that.
If he's watching us while in Amsterdam, he's missing the whole point of being in Amsterdam. That's what I have to say. If I'm in Amsterdam, I'm going to be like, no, man, fucking A.
If you live in Amsterdam, I don't think, it's like that for, you know what I mean? You know
what I want to do? Watch four, chunky guys talk about sports. That's what I want. Yeah, bring that on.
If you were on vacation in Amsterdam, I would be like, absolutely not. But if you lived in Amsterdam, you could probably, you could go on Cloud 98 and watch us and probably have a good time because I do all the time.
No thanks. No red light district tonight. I'm watching some sports, baby. That's what I'm doing.
I'm watching Bodkins and Sam talk about basketball, baby.
My God, is he wearing a Guardians hat? I gotta get out of here. Anyway. Pacers win. Fantastic. It's obviously I am the one that has made this happen. Me alone, joining the fan base, rubbing the Reggie Miller jersey you got me with my hand before you say anything. And then, it's just one thing after the other. It's good to see. I think I told you before it goes on that we should have taken one of those games where, it was just too close or they faltered at the end. But, man, I got to tell you, that game one put the fear of God in me. God, they were terrible. Ooh.
I was a little worried game 5 when no Dame, no Giannis, and you lose the way they did. Yeah. Tonight, Dame comes back, and it didn't matter. So,
yeah, I know. Right? I talk garbage, and all of a sudden, that happens. See, I affect change. That's what I do.
There you go. There you go. So the new game that's getting ready to kick off, to me, it's been the most exciting series of the first round, and that's this Knicks-Philly series. Give it up for Mr. New York, Mr. Yankee, Mr. Nick himself, Johnny Cruz.
Hey, when does his Knicks show start?
What's going on? There is no Knicks show, at least not for me, unless I'm guesting on somebody else's show. And thanks for the information about Amsterdam, New York. I had no idea. Born and raised in New York.
That's your area.
It's nowhere near Yonkers or the Bronx where I grew up in New York.
It wasn't the next street over. It wasn't any of that.
Nah, it wasn't nowhere around. It was nowhere around the neighborhood, bro. But shout out to David. And I think you can be in Amsterdam. And enjoying the LTS show. It's probably the best way to enjoy the show, honestly. But no, man, no Knicks show for me. But I'm enjoying what's going on with the Knicks. They had such a good opportunity to close it at home, and some missed free throws, and Maxey just was out of his freaking mind those last few minutes. Which I'm wondering how does Doc Rivers take out his starters down 10 with 2.5 minutes to go? This is the NBA. It's not like a couple threes can't get you right back in it. You just waving the white flag with 2.5 minutes. Like that just seemed weird to me. I don't know, man. I always thought, especially in the playoffs, an elimination game, you fight to the very end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Until the clock hits 0.
Yeah, dude. So that was kind of weak to me, to be quite honest. But congratulations, Sam, on the Pacers. And I'm with you about this new blood, man. I'm excited about this new generation of player. I'm glad that we're getting past the LeBron and Steph Curry and KD and all that stuff. There's a lot of good young talent. You mentioned Ant, Tyrese, Maxey from here. You mentioned Jalen Brunson,
Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what I just said. That's what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Luka's still young. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of good young talent in the NBA. So the NBA is going to be in good hands, man. And I'm glad that they're being able to be showcased in these playoffs.
It is happen though. Like every time we're like, "Oh, this era's over. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do?" And then like a Mahomes shows up and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it seems to always happen in the next.
What's going on, Scott?
So Philly's lost 17 consecutive series when trailing 3-2. So there's that.
Yeah.
But Johnny, I'll start with you. Before we talk about this new squad, I want to talk the new era coming in. We got to obviously wrap up some of the old era stuff. What's next for LeBron James? He can opt out of this contract in LA if he wants to. It seems like he might and then re-sign a deal. But what's next for, LeBron can still get it done. I mean, there's no doubt. It looks like they're going to fire Marvin Ham, which I don't think that's the answer. Charles Barkley, I even retweeted on Twitter. He said they can fire Marvin Ham and Frank Vogel, but that's not the answer. The answer, right. That's not their fault. They coach good team. They coach teams that did the best with the teams they could. The guys who put these teams together should be getting fired because those teams aren't very good, and that's 1,001%.
Yeah, I'm with you on that as far and it's Darvin Ham. Just so you.
Oh, did I say Marvin?
Yeah,
Darvin.
Yeah, he said Marvin. Darvin Ham. I mean, it's always somebody else's. I'm so like. I mean, yes, LeBron is one of the best players ever to play the game, but you know what I'm saying? He's matched up, he always needs more help and more help and more help. So I don't see him leaving LA. That's where he wants to be. You know what I'm saying? He's got his production company and all his stuff that he's doing, off the court is over there in LA. So I think he stays there.
They're going to draft for him.
They'll probably wind up trading for like a Trey Young or something like that because he can't have enough all-stars on his team with him. You know what I'm saying? In order to try to get him a title, but I don't see him going anywhere. But that you know what I'm saying? The Joker and Murray and company in Denver aren't going anywhere.
They're in their prime, and LeBron's not getting any younger. You know,
right?
What I mean?
You know what I'm saying? And like you mentioned, all these young up and coming teams. You got OKC coming up, Minnesota coming up.
Yeah, I didn't even talk about OKC.
Right. So I mean, there's so much talent in the West. I mean, but I don't see him coming to the even though it would be easier probably for him to come to the East Coast and kind of join another team. But does he want? I mean, I wouldn't put it past him, but I think he's gonna stay in LA and just have them try to trade for somebody else. To get them another all-star.
I think he could opt out of his contract, right? He opts out.
He's gonna opt out and then sign a new extension with them for another 3 years or whatever the hell. He'll force them to sign to draft his son. So he'll have his son there. You don't even have
to draft his son. You could just sign him as an
undrafted free agent. Yeah. Well, whatever. His son will be on the team too. But like I said, I heard something about Trey Young. Don't be surprised if KD don't try to get his ass over there. I would not be surprised by that at all. But I mean, he's gonna do whatever he can over the next 2 or 3 years that he's got left to try to get one more ring somehow. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't see him leaving LA, man.
I don't see him leaving LA, but I don't see him ever winning another championship.
No,
I don't either. I mean, for as much as people want to talk about Anthony Davis, and I know we joked around, about him calling him street clothes and stuff like that. He actually played most of the season this year. Yeah. I think the little shoulder hit was kind of soft. I mean, he was down on the ground, like face first, like if somebody shot him in the arm. And if you look at the replay, I mean, it didn't even look like Michael Porter Jr. barely hit him. So, but of course, then that caused him to not be able to play to his best that game. You know what I'm saying? Like again, there's always excuses, which is the most frustrating part. Like, just be real. Just be like, yeah, you know what? Denver's better than us. They freaking beat us again. We need to get better to beat them. Not the referees and the bullshit he pulled last year talking about, I basically played the last 3 games with a broken hand. Stop lying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just had somebody wrap your hand like if you were about to box, and then you try to come out there and say that, you played with a broken hand. He ain't had no broken hand, bro. That's just his way of deflecting the fact that his ass got swept. You know what I'm saying?
You mentioned the Nuggets real quick, and I think I might have put this in the group chat, but the Nuggets beat the Lakers on opening night. The Nuggets beat the Lakers on the night the franchise unveiled the Kobe Bryant statue. The Nuggets beat the Lakers the night LeBron James became the first player to ever reach 40,000 points. They also ended their season for the second year in a row. So,
right.
So, I don't know. I don't think he needs to call it a career, Bill, to be honest with you. I still think he's still got some, but I think his days as winning of championship have been closed, unless he just somehow, you know what I mean? I don't know where to go to.
And again, he's always going to put up numbers because, you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not going to get deep into it, but you know what I'm saying? He's always going to put up his numbers because that's what he does. You know what I'm saying? But it's a matter of, does he affect the team around him like he did when he was younger, as far as lifting all of them up? No, he's not.
He can't carry the team anymore.
Yeah, he can't defend. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time that's when he takes his time off to rest is on defense. You know what I'm saying? So all he can do is just basically just stack up the team as best he can and hope that he's the number 2 or 3 guy on a team to possibly win a title. But he ain't going nowhere. I'm with you on that one, William. He's all about padding his stats. Because I don't know if you've heard the latest stuff from his boy Rich Paul a few months ago, talking about rings don't matter. Yes, they do. You know what I'm saying? Of course you're gonna say rings. Yeah. Of course you're gonna say rings don't matter because you're never gonna get to 6. You know what I'm saying? So now rings don't matter. Now it's all about just stats.
No, he ain't even gonna get to 5, right? He's only got how many he got?
He's got 4. He's got 3 and he's got a Mickey Mouse ring. You know what I'm saying? So but he's got 4. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. We'll give him 4.
He got 1 less than Kobe even.
Right. And honestly, that's where I rank them, to be quite honest. You know what I'm saying? As far as that I've ever seen play, because I'm not going to, Will and Kareem, I didn't see them play. You know what I'm saying? I saw Michael, I saw Kobe, I saw LeBron. I mean, Shaq should be there, but I don't think Shaq reached his full. Like, he didn't put in that work like Kobe and all the other guys did, or Shaq would be number 1 on everybody's list because he would have just.
Well, I'd say to me, Shaq's the most dominant player in the.
Absolutely. So imagine if he had like 60% of Kobe mentality or MJ's mentality, he would have been unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? Tim Duncan's up there high on my list. You know what I'm saying? But he's only got 4. Kobe's got 5. Michael, of course, was 6. That debate has never even been a topic for me, Scott, to be quite honest, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's always been my
God.
But we're still like I said, I got Kobe too. I got Kobe too, and then I'll give it to LeBron. I mean, if you look at LeBron's stats, and props to him for playing for 21 years and for accumulating all these stats, props. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got to give him credit for the longevity or whatever. But if you put up his stats next to John Stockton and his 20 years, they're pretty similar, and John Stockton played 82 games, like 16 out of his 21 years. LeBron James, you know how many times LeBron James played 82 games? Guess. And he's played 21 seasons. How many seasons did he play 82
I'm going to say 12. I'm going to say 12.
1.
He's only played 82 games one time?
He's only played 82 games 1 time in his whole career. You know what I'm saying? So, longevity, but if you're only averaging 60 games a year, you know what I'm saying? You can stretch it out.
Yeah.
Just saying. Like I said, I'm not trying to take nothing away from him, but when you really, look at it, you know what I'm saying? You got to give him his props, but at the same time, if you dig deeper, it's not as, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's other guys that have done similar things to what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you mentioned Trae Young. I've read rumors that Trae could obviously be on the move. The Lakers, watch out for the Spurs. Like, imagine a pick and roll game with
Trae and Wemby. That would be nice, bro.
Now count the postseason. Yeah, I mean, LeBron played a lot of postseason. You know what I mean? And I'm not taking anything away from LeBron. I don't ever want to do that. He's a great player, but at the end of the day, facts are the facts to me.
You can be a great player too.
I'll say this, I'm always going to be a MJ guy. Like, you could say whatever the hell you want to me. I'm never going to change my mind. Like, that's just my bias.
Right.
And I'll admit that. Like, I'm okay. Right. Like, I'm admitting my own biases on that. It'll be interesting what they do. The Lakers are in a better shape than the Suns. I mentioned the Suns on Monday. They can only trade 3 players on their team, and that's Bradley Beal, Booker, or Kevin Durant. They have no trade exceptions other than them 3.
Right.
So who knows what happens? They don't have any picks because they swapped all their picks out, traded all their picks away to acquire Durant and Bradley Beal. Right. And they don't have any depth. Like, that team is bad.
The crazy thing about what you're saying too is that the only one that they would be able to trade it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Caitlin's probably right there next to Kobe. She's probably right there next to Kobe. But I think the only one that they can't trade is Beal because nobody's gonna want him. Yeah, nobody in this league gonna want him or that contract. you'll get assets for KD because he's still KD. You'll definitely get assets for Booker. I mean, Booker, I think, is still only like 26.
Yeah, he's still young.
You can definitely get some assets for Devin Booker. There's been some rumblings that he's not happy. You know what I'm saying, over there. You heard KD already complaining about, not liking the way they used him in the offense. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. But like I'm kind of besides Steph Curry, for as much as people want to hate on Steph Curry or what, I mean, he never switched teams. He stood in his spot. He kept doing what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? He played through injuries, and how often do you hear, damn man, Steph needs more help? Have you ever heard any national media talk about that? Damn man, we got to get Steph more help so that he can win another ring. No, they never talk about that, but they got to talk about LeBron needing more help and stuff. So I give Steph Curry a lot more love. Not for nothing. I mean, not saying that he's a better player than LeBron. I'm not saying that. Obviously, he's not.
I will say this though: Steph Curry changed the way the game's played.
Absolutely,
more than the LeBron.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, it was already heading that way because if you remember D'Antoni's offense with Steve Nash and stuff like that, it was all about fast pace and shooting threes, shooting with less, with more than like 15 seconds on the clock. Like it was
10 seconds or less. 10 seconds.
Yeah, just shoot, whatever. So it was heading that way. Steph Curry just exploded with it. He just got so good being able to shoot from anywhere. And he's arguably the greatest shooter ever.
And you go back to Curry's time too. There was a time where they thought about trading him because his early years, his first 2-3 years,
his
ankles were jacked. Yeah. They thought it was either going to be him or Monte Ellis. They ended up trading Monte. I don't know. Was it Monte Ellis? Yeah, to the Bucks.
Word? They were going to trade him?
Yeah.
Oh,
they were thinking about it was either do we trade? We can't keep both of these guys. We can't keep Monte Ellis and we can't keep Steph Curry.
Right. Well, I think they made the right decision.
Devin Booker is 27. He'll be 28 in October. So
okay. So I mean, he's in his prime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he'll get them some draft, but the owner from Phoenix, I don't know, man. He's the one that made all the decisions to trade for KD and to trade for Bradley Beal. I don't know what they're gonna do, man. And I think they're at the category as far as penalties or whatever, where they can't even like give people the exemptions and stuff like that. So like they can't do much of anything with their roster, bro. It's wild what's happening in Phoenix.
3 years ago that team was up 2 games 2-0 to the Bucks in the finals, ended up losing, I think, in 6, right? Yeah. So it's just it's crazy how
right, and then
your window closed.
They decided to get rid of Monty, and then they traded for, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
got rid of CP, got rid of Chris Paul.
Right, you were so close. You didn't need to blow the thing up. You know what I'm saying? Like they completely blew up their team. They had so much young talent. You know what I'm saying? The Cam Johnson and Mikal. You know what I'm saying? What the hell's his last name? Mikal Bridges that went to the Nets. You know what I'm saying? Like they had some good young talent. Now I know that what the hell's the center's name that wound up?
DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, I mean something had to be done with him because they just wasn't getting along or whatever. But you probably could have gotten some nice role players for him, you know what I mean? And then just kept building around Booker and Bridges and stuff. But they decided to go with CP3 and then going with KD and stuff like that, and then it wound up blowing up in their faces. So I don't know, man, but I'm excited about the youth, man. I love the way Jalen Brunson plays. Maxi's fun to watch. Like you mentioned, Anthony Edwards is the way he plays, and I love the whole I'm trying to kill everybody. I'm trying to destroy everybody. I love that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm done with this whole we all best buddies. Let's all go on a fucking tugboat together and chill and say nah, bro, stop that. You know what I'm saying? Like. Between the lines, like we battle it. You know what I'm saying? You could be cool with whatever with people, but when you're on the court, I want to destroy the person across from me. And it seems like that's been missing the last 10, 15 years. So I'm glad Anthony Edwards has that mentality, man. It's nice. It's refreshing.
It is nice. I saw a quote today two different quotes. One was like, I got to get LeBron's revenge, so tell the Nuggets I'm coming. So that was kind of cool.
That's what I'm talking about. Right.
And then there was another quote. It was during the he was on the not the Dream Team, right? The Olympic team or whatever. US Team USA. And Steve Kerr's like, he was mad. Ant was mad that he was coming off the bench. He's like, man, I'm better than coming off the bench. And Ant said, Steve Kerr said, well, Dwayne Wade came off the bench, for Kobe. He said, we ain't got Kobe on this team. So, I mean, like shit like that. It's just like to us, like older heads of the game, right? Like that reminds us of like the game was when we was growing up, where everybody just wanted to go at each other, right? Like that's the way it's supposed to be. You want to go at everybody, and by God, like Ant seems to really revitalize that. So that speaks to us, like,
I'm totally with you. Ant reminds me of that big time. Shea has that. You know what I'm saying? He seems to be a little quieter, but at the same time, Shea's trying to like cut your throat and just trying to destroy you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's just like I said, he just doesn't have that big personality like Anthony Edwards does, though. You know what I'm saying? But I love that mentality of wanting to, you know what I'm saying? Again, everybody wants to team up and just, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, it's competition. You know what I'm saying? So you should want to beat your contemporary. So I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he's a breath of fresh air, man. And I'm enjoying watching him. Not for nothing. He's brought toughness to that team, because all you heard for the longest time was how soft Cat was and how soft Rudy Gobert is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the tough, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's the leader of that team. You know what I'm saying? So they can play more freely and not have to worry about the toughness part, you know what I'm saying? Because he's rubbing off on them. So they're playing harder defense, and they're playing, you know what I'm saying? They're playing more aggressive style. I would not be, I think Denver's going to win, but I would not be surprised if Minnesota wins that series.
Hello, Carlos.
Yeah.
Because they got some length on that team, bro. Yeah,
they do, and that's the thing with Cat and Rudy Gobert. They can you can trade those two guys off on Jokic. You know what I mean, to do a little bit. I said this too. Like Jamal Murray, man, when the lights are the brightest, this kid comes to play too, man. Yep. Like it seems like when they need a bucket, like he is making some tough baskets when Denver needs a tough basket. It's like you don't hear from Jamal Murray until postseason. He's got that kind of Jimmy Butler-ish attitude in him. You know what I mean? Like, it's postseason, I got to turn it up.
He ain't afraid of the moment either, man. He ain't afraid of the moment. And somebody was saying it was either on Twitter or Instagram the other day. It was a young cat, and he was talking about how Jamal Murray came up clutch in these two games, and he's like, watching somebody like Jamal Murray, if you look, he's never been an all-star. He doesn't have the crazy stats or whatever like that. So he actually acknowledged, he was like, so it just makes me think when these old heads tell us, hey man, you needed to see this guy play or that guy play. And then when you look at his stats, you're like, well, nah, their stat, I mean, he was meh, but yet they don't realize that in those crunch times, these guys were ballers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like stats don't always tell you what a guy meant to, you know what I'm saying, to the team or his period of time of playing. So I'm glad. I love Jamal Murray. That's something we talked about, I want to say, towards the end of last season, that if Murray and Gordon were healthy, I didn't see how Denver could lose. And it's the same thing. I know Jamal Murray's got a calf thing, which those now calves be scaring me now, because calves usually lead to an Achilles
or something.
So hopefully he's all right. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he's okay. But between him, Gordon, and then Joker, of course, as those three stay together and they stay healthy, they're a hard out, man, for anybody, bro. But like I said, I think Minnesota has the length and the talent to push them. I don't know that they have enough experience to actually be able to go, especially in Denver. But it's gonna be interesting to see, man. I can't wait for that series. Too bad it's not the Western Conference Final. It would have been better.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that series though. Like that's the series where I'm like, this could go. This will be a good one to go. But yeah, I mean the Celtics. I mean they crushed it. Finally get together. they're going to play either the Magic or the Cavs, I think. And
that's another kid. Sorry, that's another kid. Is that Paolo Banchero from Orlando?
Yeah.
That's a stud, bro. He's a stud, bro.
Yeah. He just needs more nationally televised game. If they get in the second round and they're playing Boston, his name will come up more, right? Like we're seeing it now with Maxey and things like that. Like some of these kids, they're getting their shine in the playoffs against when everybody's tuning in to see some of these other names that we're used to seeing. We're not going to see them in the next round. And I think it's healthy for the NBA, man. And like I said at the top, we're reaching a new level of a new guard in the NBA.
Some new blood, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's fun, man. I mean, for how many years did we have Cleveland and Golden State? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that shit got boring after a while. You know what I'm saying? You knew Cleveland was going to make it because the East was garbage and LeBron. You know what I'm saying? You knew he was going to make it. Again, the East was so weak. You knew he was going to make it, and then Golden State was so stacked. You knew it was going to be the same final every year. So it's nice getting some new blood in there, man.
I think we should talk about something that's happening on the show. Tanner entering without an intro from Nick. I think that's
I don't need an intro.
Very precise.
He don't need no stinking intro.
Now Tanner, is that your name? I don't remember. But like I just feel like we all got intros, I don't
people know who I am.
You're making me Christopher Walken. You're not coming in without the intro. The intro is what you need.
You want me to go out, Sam? Do you want to introduce me?
Sure. That's
if you do, you need to do it with the Walken voice the whole time.
Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a producer, runs the show. Supposedly, I think his last name is Dawson. He's not a cantaloupe. He's Tanner Dawson. More cowbell. That's all I got.
More cowbell.
That was well done, man. That was well done, bro.
Thanks. Thank you.
Good job, Sam. Good job.
Next up, Counting Crows lead singer. Anyway.
Mr. Jones. I do want to shift to some football talk real quick. Sam, you're obviously your Titans, moved away from Derrick Henry, but running backs are going to be, not getting paid. The Pittsburgh Steelers declined Najee Harris's fifth-year option. Surprise there?
I'm not really surprised by it. I just think you could do better there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you could draft somebody in the sixth round that can run better than Najee. I never found Najee 3
years of 1,000 yards rushing. I found that interesting. As much as people talk shit on him, and then they're like, "Oh, his first 3 years here, he's got 1,000 yards."
Right. Look, I'm not saying production's not there, but it always felt when they really needed him to get yards, he wasn't getting yards, and he doesn't cut up in the middle like he needs to. Like he falls down a lot. He trips. He gets grabbed right away. And I don't know. I mean, it's not all offensive line's fault and everything like that. But I just never found Najee Harris that compelling because there was not – if he had to really dance through the hole, he wasn't dancing. He was just going to try to ram it down. And sometimes you need to be a little more finesse. Anyway. Thank you, Carlos. Now I'm going to be singing that all day. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, the option, though, surprisingly, Tanner, was only $6 million.
I'm not actually. I'm not, Carlos. I just don't think he's that great, to be honest with you.
Would this just be considered in with the whole running back contract?
Yeah,
$6 million. It's not. I mean, really not that whole.
It's not bad, but you're not picking it up. You don't have to hold him. You don't have to get the extension in.
I think it's him personally, bro. To not pick it up for $6 million, it's because they're not happy with him, bro. Because I think if he was if they really liked him, I mean that's cheap, bro. I think, you know what I'm saying?
You're switching OCs this year again, right? So Matt Canada is gone. Arthur Smith.
But we know Arthur loves to run the football, though.
Yeah, exactly, and that's gonna be the weird part. Like
if he's not there, it's because Arthur doesn't want him there. That's what I want.
Isn't Jalen Warren still there, right? Warren's still there.
Yeah.
They love Jalen Warren.
They love him, yeah. They do.
I think you might see him again really heavy this year, even more.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be weird.
Right. Well, I mean, they spent their first 2 picks on offensive linemen, so they redid their offensive line. So I'm sure they're gonna run the ball.
Well, you also went out and got 2 quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. So who knows what this first squad's doing?
Well, they're talking Justin Fields about doing kick returns. That's what Jalen Warren said in an interview today.
Unreal, dude.
Oh, wow. They're not doing that. They can't be serious. So,
watch the Giants. 500. Watch me go 500, above 500 with Justin Fields returning kickoffs. Watch me do this, guys. That's how you do it in the NFL.
Would you rather have Harris or the new guy? Who's their new guy that they got?
Who's the new guy?
No. Hang on. I'll get him.
I'd probably rather have Harris.
I'm the wrong guy to ask about Najee. I've never been a.
I mean, I like Najee. I mean, his vision isn't the best. To Sam's point.
Are you talking about Cordell Patterson, dude?
Oh, I love
no.
No. Cordell Patterson.
I mean, I like Cordell Patterson.
He's the third stringer right now. So
the ultimate gadget player.
Who's the starter for the Giants going to be?
The Giants?
I don't.
That's who he's asking about. The Giants. He said, if you're the Giants, would you rather have?
Oh, my bad. I totally. I thought he was still talking about Pittsburgh. Singletary is going to be your guy. They have Eric Gray and a 5th rounder from 23, and they drafted Tyrone Tracy.
Singletary.
Singletary. I'd rather have Najee if I'm the Giants over.
I'd rather have Najee easily over these guys. Tyrone Tracy Jr. He's a 5th rounder this year. As well. So you got 2 really young 5th rounders. Can they prove anything? I don't know. You don't have much of anybody else behind him. Gary Brightwell is the biggest name. Deion Jackson maybe as well. But I mean, Singletary right now is your number 1 in the New York Giants organization.
Wow. I mean, he should be able to help out a little bit, but I mean, that's talk about a downgrade going from Saquon to Devin Singletary.
Yeah.
Rough stuff.
Yeah,
so apparently I'm wrong, guys, because my brother-in-law commented with using X. So apparently I had been saying I haven't been seeing any X comments. We've got a ton of people watching on X. I don't.
Sam,
where'd you find those X comments?
What
in our comments section?
Yeah, they're right. Go to Nate.
Yeah,
he's there. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's because you guys are using the X. Okay. I don't have my X up, so maybe that's why I'm not linked to it.
Okay.
It's grayed out for me. So I don't see your Facebook. I see your Facebooks, which is weird, but your X's.
We're friends on Facebook. You and me are friends.
We are.
Acknowledge me.
I can't see any of your X comments, so I don't see those at all. I see Facebook and YouTube.
Do you see my triple X comments?
Those are secrets.
Nobody wants to see that, Sam.
Here, let me share.
Not one person wants to see that. So it came on
Snap last night.
It came on right before the air too. Tanner will stick with declining options. The Chiefs, no surprise, declined Tony's option, which is $14 million. This is probably Kadarius Toney last year in the league.
Yeah.
No,
will he even make the roster?
Yeah, he'll make the roster. Rasheed Rice, you're looking at.
Yeah, Rasheed Rice is going to get suspended at least half this season. They're talking.
No. Calm down now. That is not official. Nothing's been reported. I got a lawyer guy I follow. He's like, hey, Shefty had a chance to back this up. He didn't. Ian Rappaport had a chance to back this up. He didn't. So
I'm saying that's what I'm just the rumors,
right? The rumors are out there, but there's a lot of rumors about it. So until I hear more,
the Fleetwood Mac album, yeah, that's great.
Ain't worried about, but you could be staying week 1. Let's just say Rasheed Rice thing gets figured out, right? He's suspended the 4 to 6 games. I mean, you could be looking at Tony being a number 3 on this roster opening day. Like he's going to
start. What's his name? Miko's gone. Miko's a free agent.
Yeah, you got what? You got Hollywood, right? You got Hollywood.
So yeah, Hollywood, Worthy. For God's sake, still Sky Moore, Justin Watson, and Kadarius Toney as your 4.
I mean, Sky Moore and the other kid. I mean, they may be better off as being 3s and 4s. You know what I'm saying? The pressure's not on them.
Tony at 3. I want Tony at 3, Justin Watson at the 4, and we're set. We're rolling. Because Tony, hey, look, I know Tony's attitude, whatever. Obviously, he's still a Chief, so there's something going on good for the Chiefs. Otherwise, they'll just cut ties with him like they did Hunt and some other guys. So obviously there's something good there. He steps in as a 3. What's the worst that could happen? Detroit Lions game opening day all over again? Maybe. Or he could be Tony and be Tony for that 1, 2, 3, 4 games.
Tony.
There's lots of I have lots of optimism in this because I know what Kadarius Toney is. You guys seen Kadarius Toney when he's on the field and actually catches the ball and makes his plays. This could still be a really good thing here this year for the Chiefs, and this could save Tony's career for other NFL teams to sign him afterwards, like the Titans.
Whoa! No, I think he's done.
He's got talent, so somebody will give him a shot.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to get a big contract or nothing like that.
If I had my jersey on right now,
somebody will give him a shot.
He ain't going to kick out of the league unless he
unless he does something like yeah.
So you're not dealing with that. He'll be as long as everything goes right, stays par. He'll be our 3 probably opening day. And I'll take that as the 3, a fabulous 3. And guess what? Our punt returner even maybe keep Worthy healthy on the field. Yeah. So I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Would you like Tony Justin Fields to be your kick returner?
Who?
Justin Fields. Would like to return?
Yeah. No, we're gonna have
that's wild to me, bro. Like
Carson Wentz will be our kick returner. David.
Well, it's wild to me. I'm thinking of it is, and I was thinking about this because at first, right, we're thinking that's wild. First of all, it is wild no matter what. I'm not going to say that it's not wild no matter what.
So wild.
But the way it's set up, right, where they're like nobody's rushing at you, they're not getting full steam. Everybody's going to be lined up. Where you have to kick it to a guy, you probably want one of the fastest guys back there because he's going to be able to break free. And there's probably not very many faster people in this league than Justin Fields, at least on the Steelers team. So it kind of makes some sort of sense.
I'd rather have Pickens back there because I guarantee he'll make guys miss. So
yeah. But will he catch the ball? That'll be the problem when it's kicked.
He'll catch the ball. Calm down. I know you heard us. You heard us in the beginning in fantasy, man.
You thought I was being to Najee. Listen to you,
It wasn't him, man. It wasn't him.
I mean, I can see them doing some stuff with him in the backfield, like doing some. I don't know. Not necessarily having him as a running back, but you can run some draws and stuff like that with him in the backfield. Yeah. But I don't know, to have him doing punt returns, man, like that's
a lot of
that's basically telling him, bro, you ain't gonna be a quarterback here, bro.
Is that part of the 4 games though? Like for the Bears to get like a higher pick, if he plays a game. I mean, he returns a punt. That's playing in the game. Is that?
Oh yeah, if he plays a certain percentage. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good idea. I don't know. That's a good idea.
If I'm a Bears fan, I'm saying, hey, go ahead and put him in.
I was about to say, if you're Pittsburgh, then you don't want to play him in that capacity because, you don't want the pick to go higher. I don't know.
The pick would go higher. The more he plays, the pick goes higher. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't want to use him as much.
Well, you do because I'm thinking the Bears. Yeah.
Right. That's why, as far as Pittsburgh, you know what I'm saying? Because the more you play him, the higher the pick's going to be for the Bears.
But I think it's going to be
for a second there, I was like, okay, I vibe with that, and then you were like questioning it, Nick, and I was like, okay, what am I missing? Yeah,
I was thinking the Steelers. I was thinking the Steelers get the higher pick for some odd reason.
Yeah, I know. I'm with it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I'm thinking that.
Guys, real quick here. By the way, for the Chiefs' depth as well. There's a guy mixed in all these freaking names here that we signed to a futures contract last year towards the end of the season. That's Anthony Miller. Been practicing with Mahomes. He's been with Mahomes in Texas all offseason long.
Is that the kid from Australia or some shit?
That's the Bears guy. That's the old Bears guy. What's his face that's in I don't know where the hell he is at now, but he was the number 2 for the Bears for a while when Cutler was throwing. Somebody else, but he was around that time frame. Yeah. So Anthony Miller coming in, if he hasn't played in a few years, obviously, but I mean, if this guy's healthy and he's been practicing Mahomes, he could sneak into the onto the roster as well because Justin Ross.
I thought there was a guy that the Chiefs got
the rugby guy.
The rugby guy. Yeah. What's his? Yeah.
I think
I think you're thinking about Andre Miller. You think about
Carlos. Andre Miller.
You're talking about Carlos, bro. You know who would honestly? I mean, not trying to give
Andre Miller
Chiefs any kind of ideas, but wouldn't Hunter Renfrow be like the perfect slot for you guys?
He's a free agent.
I would die for Hunter Renfrow, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
I would love me some Hunter Renfrow.
I mean, are you guys getting more money post June 1st?
Yeah, we still got 12 or 13 mil in cash.
If Bill Belichick was still in New England, Hunter Renfrow would have been a Patriot yesterday.
Yeah,
that's so true.
That's what I'm saying, because he could immediately solidify your number 3 spot and be your slot. Like, that would be scary, bro.
I keep waiting for the Hunter Renfrow signing. I'm ready to get him. I want.
That would be scary, man.
The fundamentals, Carlos. The fundamentals.
She's gonna get Thielen. No, they got Thielen's cooking in now.
Damn it.
The money that you would spend on Thielen, you can give that shit to Hunter Renfrow, and you got yourself the slot that you know what I'm saying? Like, right.
You save some money.
Right.
Oh, there he is. They have the rugby guy, Luis Rezamet. He's under the running backs.
Bless you. What's his name?
Okay.
And he's not even in the R-Lads depth chart of returning kicks or anything. So I don't know how this guy's going to get used, but I mean, you signed a 3-year deal, so you're going to use him.
I was about to say, Andy Reid will find a way.
Andy Reid
finds a way. We learned that from Jurassic Park.
Sam, what do you make of the Dallas Cowboys going all in and bringing back their old friend Zeke Elliott?
Reeks of I don't want to pay people a lot of money. That's what it kind of reeks of.
Desperation.
They're going to say when somebody had that video of the offensive lineman walking out with his gut half hanging out, they're like, Zeke returns to practice. I was freaking dying.
I feel like the Cowboys are they're looking around, and it's like when you're you're single at the bar, and you start with the nice lady, they say no, you keep drinking, you go to the next lady, they say no, and then you get home and you call that last booty call girl that you're like, oh, I don't really want to call her, but I gotta call her.
Right?
You know what? Come on home, baby. I need another nice 1-year stay, one night stand.
I saw something on Twitter about that. Not about the booty call girl. You were saying your desperate last resort. But I saw something crazy on Twitter that the reason that they kept McCarthy and Dak or whatever for this season is because next year Jerry Jones is going to go after Dion and his son.
Oh,
so Dion said that's not Dion. I could see that. First of all, most people got Shador as the number 1 overall pick next year. So unless the Cowboys somehow end up with the number 1 overall pick, which I don't think they will, I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be bad, but I don't think they're going to be that bad, right?
I don't think so either. But like, can they pull a Eli type? Like, let's say they have a top 10
Dion
pick.
Probably could.
I can see Dallas.
But it's Jerry going to throw out the trade stuff to go get a guy like that? You know,
yeah.
Is he going to give up
to bring in the publicity of having Deion Sanders as his head coach? Yeah, I think Jerry would do that.
So Dion said he was absolutely not following his son, and I believe him that he's like, a father doesn't follow his boys. The boys follow their dad, right? And he's like, I ain't do that. He's like, I'm gonna be right here, busting my ass in Colorado. He was on the Up and Smoke podcast when he was talking about that. So I don't see that happening. I don't even see Shador going to the Cowboys, but that would be a wild deal. I didn't ever think about that, but I think this is definitely last year for Mike McCarthy.
That's on Twitter, so I was just throwing it out there. Like that would be wild.
If Jerry Jones is willing to give up prime time, TV time during the draft and go trade some picks, I'd be shocked. That's what he loves.
The thing that drives me crazy about all of this is never in my lifetime have I heard Jerry say they couldn't afford somebody. And he was like, this running back market, it's too expensive for me. And I'm like, the hell are you? Like, who's on that?
He's also in a spot where he's trying to figure out how to play his best wide receiver, his best defensive player, and his quarterback.
Yeah. I hear you. It's just weird to hear those words come out of Jerry's mouth. That's just like, who are you?
I will be right back on.
Oh no, the dog's got
I don't think he'll be out in Colorado in 2 to 3. I think 3 years actually. I don't know really. It just all depends. I think they got to play better this year.
Yeah, it depends where the opportunity is.
Yeah.
Oh God, Jones, Jimmy. Now there's stability for drafting.
I don't think so. They took offensive linemen, I think, this year in the first round.
Yeah, Tyler Guyton.
Yeah.
Nick, are you excited? Are you happy for the news that dropped today? That Trey Lance did not get his option.
Oh,
I mean, who didn't
you
see
happy about that?
I can't believe this has happened. I love that guy. Like, if he was a church, I'd go to him every Sunday. If I had my eyes and ears removed and the last sight and sound I heard was Trey Lance throwing a football, I would be okay with that. I don't need a wife. I don't need children. I don't need a wife. I don't need a white picket fence in a house. I have Trey Lance, and that's all I need.
Who would have saw that coming? I didn't.
No. I mean, some people still think he's really good. Some people still need 3 or 4 more years to see if he's a legit
starter. 3 or 4 more years. He's 30. They're like, put him in.
Still need 3 or 4. Oh shit. Yeah. He might be the future quarterback of the Jets after Aaron leaves. I was surprised they didn't pick somebody up to be his air replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, they still got Zach Wilson there. Zach Wilson's still on the roster, I think. No, he got traded to Denver, right? Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor. No, they got Jordan Travis in the 5th. That was
the Jets did.
Yeah.
No, that's a good pick.
Jordan Travis in the 5th. So you let that guy continue to get healthy, learn the game behind Tyrod and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
I think you'll be. I mean, that could be a guy to watch here in a few years. So,
yeah, I like that pickup for them.
And you didn't great value. A guy that should was going to go in the top 2, top 3.
You know why? So. You know why, Alan. You know why this is happening.
Alan,
you're not after Aaron Rodgers gets.
You're a smart man. That's a stupid question, Alan.
Aaron Rodgers treat himself. Don't worry about it.
We'll see. Let's go ahead. Johnny, I don't know if you want to hop off. I know you said you got to bounce out at 10 o'clock, or if you want to stick around, we'll do our top 10.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna give you my 10, and then you know what I'm saying, you guys can keep it going because I gotta get up super early. 10, I got Detroit at 10, and I struggled because I almost put Minnesota, who just won 10 in a row, at 10, but I don't. I got Detroit at 10. I got your Cubs at 9. I got Milwaukee at 8. I got Tanner's Royals at 7. I got my Yankees at 6. I got Sam's Guardians at 5.
Woo!
4, I got Baltimore. 3, I got Philly. 2, the LA Dodgers, and I'm going with the team that hasn't lost double digits yet, the Atlanta Braves at number 1.
That's fair.
So, gentlemen, have a great rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of the show. I will see you guys on Monday. Thank you, everybody, in the comment section. Have fun, guys. I will see you guys later.
See you, Johnny.
Hey, I agree, Carlos. This 9 o'clock. Why the hell are they tipping off a 9 p.m. Eastern for 2 East Coast teams for New York and Philly? I mean, this game ain't gonna get over till 11 o'clock at night their time.
Stupid.
I need. Dang, he left. I wanted him to. We were talking about rumors and everything. You can turn off his video. Just play Fleetwood Mac's rumors, and we can go through this list together. It'd be good.
Let's go ahead. We'll jump into it. Let's get in our top 10 power rankings. Sam, we'll start with you. Who is your number 10 team?
I was in between a Red Sox, and I was in between those guys that make beer that Tanner's brother works for, the Brewers. But I think I'm going to go Brewers for this one. They're 19 and 11. The Red Sox hit well, but they don't seem to come up with it in the end. It sounds really, really familiar to a team that starts with a G, but I don't want to talk about. But, yeah, just saying. They're blowing it right now, by the way. They're just they drive me crazy. But Milwaukee Brewers are my number 10. I wanted to put them a little lower, but I don't think I can. Not in good conscience.
I got you. Tanner, who is your number 10 team?
I got the team with the 58.1 winning percentage right now. Detroit Tigers. Detroit Tigers. Hey, I know Minnesota, like Johnny said, Minnesota's on fire, but I got Detroit just ahead of them, more consistent. Minnesota's missing Correa as well. So you got a little bit more consistency there with Detroit coming into play, a little bit healthier as well. So I got Detroit in this one at number 10.
That was Jonathan's big pick. And remember, folks, the AL Central, for all it's worth, they are 4 teams above 500. The only division that has that. So,
somehow. I'm gonna say
also, hey, let's give the A's some love real quick. I know they're 2 games below 500, but they're only 2.5 games out of first. So there's that. I mean,
they're sticking around this year, man.
Yeah, the A's, baby. The A's got a better record than the Astros. I mean, who would have thunk?
Yeah.
It's a strange time we live in. That's for sure. I mean, I didn't think I was going to be here either in the top 10, but here I am. So I'm pretty sure everybody heard me before the season. I'm like, oh, we are so screwed.
My number 10 team is probably the hottest team in all of baseball right now, and that's the Minnesota Twins. 10 in a row to close out the month. The month for the most part. I mean, before that they were 7-13. And now have won 10 in a row to get to 17-13, 3 games back, run differential of plus 15. So give it up for the Minnesota Twins is my number 10 team right now. Tanner, we'll go to you. Number 9.
Number 9, we're going to go ahead and switch it up here. We're going to go to the Cubbies. Cubbies sitting at number 9 on my list here.
Too low.
Again, I'm looking at win percentages here as well as the stuff I've watched as well. So the Cubbies at 59.4 win percentage in the league here, properly ranked. Look, the Cubs still stuff together, still trying to get it all together. When they do, it's going to be hot and it's going to be rolling. And I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the surge to hit, and you may not see it till probably June when it really starts clicking, just like last year. So
we're banged up too, and we got a big series. I mean, there's not such a big series, you know what I mean? A big series in May, but we do got the Brewers this weekend. So much hospitality to your brother again for getting me the tickets, but this weekend he can go fuck himself. So,
hey, look, the Cubbies, like I said, they're sitting at 9. I doubt they leave my top 10 unless there's a big old downfall. So number 9 is the Cubbies.
Go ahead, Sam. Number 9 for you.
My number 9, and I will make Alan happy. I have the Texas Rangers, tops in the league in defense efficiency, and that's because I have your Cubbies lower, Nick, to curry favor with you.
You got them higher, lower.
Whatever, higher. All right, whatever. Shut up. Anyway, shut your mouth. Anyway, but like your Cubbies, they are also going through a string of injuries here. So when Scherzer gets back, maybe things get a little better for him or whatnot. But I'm going to keep him at number 9 at the moment.
My number 9 is Tanner's Kansas City Royals. Yeah, he is Shotei Iminaga. Carlos is his name. I like to call him Showtime. 5-0 now with the ERA of 0.75.
Insane.
I don't know, but that's pretty fucking good if you ask me. So my number 9 team is Tanner's Royals, 19-13. Run differential of plus 50, 6-4 in their last 10. So the Royals right now, 3 games above 500, right there, right behind Sam's Guardians, but not number 9. Tanner, we'll go to you for number 8.
Number 8 is the Royals, man. Number 8 is the Royals. I can't believe we're in the top 10. We're into May. So, this is a big deal. Pitching's been phenomenal. They're able to hold guys for the most part. Very few blown saves, but the offense just keeps ticking. Salvador Perez looks like 2014 Salvador Perez right now. It's insane. It's like he changed all of a sudden in the offseason to back to 2014, 2015. So, loving me some Perez. Bobby Witt, of course, playing well. The whole team just seems different than it has been the last 3 years, which could be some different stuff due to it that they started implementing. So
let me ask you about Perez though. Is it some of it like because he's got a team around him where he's like, hey man, if I'm playing well and we compete, you know what I mean? Like sometimes when you can go to the ballpark every day and you're not like, fuck, we're going to lose today no matter what. You know, I'm not saying that they think that, but when you go to the ballpark and say, hey, we got a chance to win this series or win the game, I think you're playing, you feel a little bit better.
I mean, I think it's helped. I will say that. I think from a morale standpoint, it's helped to have like, hey, man, we're winning. We're in games. We're holding teams, But it sounds like he did a lot of off-season work, not just on the plate, but also behind the plate in the catcher position. You see it. They show it in just the difference on the side-by-side. So I think Perez, because he's always been consistent, he's always been the best player on the team. Let's be real, for when he's not hurt, the last 3-4 years, battling injuries as well. So I personally just think it's just Perez. Hey, I'm entering, year whatever, and I'm here, and we got to be better. I got to be better, and now we got kind of a squad now. Now you're proving to win in March, late March, with the window in April. I think you're going to see better morale come of it, and I think he's just probably a better mood right now than he has in the past in April. So, yeah, I'm with it. I think so.
Sam, who's your number 8 team?
Your beautiful Cubbies, $82 million sitting on that injury bench. But, you guys have had Ben Brown, and is it Wisniewski? Is that his name?
Wisniewski, yep.
Wisniewski, yeah. List of players that have stepped up. I think that's terrific, and I think it's going to be a big month for the Cubs coming up. It's going to be a very big month, very important. So I got Cubs at 8. You want me to do 7?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to give my 8 real quick.
Sorry.
My number 8 team is the Sam's Guardians, 20-10. They probably could have been a little higher. But 20-10. Run differential plus
team at number 8.
Plus 46, 6-4.
Can't let me have it. He just can't let me have it, Tanner. It's okay.
Well, he didn't let me have anything either, so
Yeah, but
both of y'all are in the top 10. What do you want from me?
How did he hit 10, 9, and 8? And it's all of our teams, Sam.
I don't know, man. It's weird, isn't it? It's very weird. Something suspicious is going on here.
Go ahead, Sam. You're number 7.
Seattle Mariners sitting at the top of the AL West here at the end of April. What I was reading was they're having trouble getting homers and runs because of their stadium issue. I don't know what that means exactly, but okay, maybe it's wind.
It's a pitching friendly park.
Oh, that's just all they're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't heard of any issues. So.
Yeah, me neither. Thank you, Carlos. But they're not putting it together right now as they keep pooping the bed. Anyway, so, but other than that, everything's fine. I love the way the Guardians are able to get on base, but we're talking about the Mariners right now. Sorry, you can't do that to me. I suffer from brain damage. Lots of it. They have a very good rotation in Seattle, and I'm going to keep them at 7, mainly because they're at the top of the AL West.
Tanner, who's your 7 team?
You almost said my name again. Say my name.
Number 7, we're going to hit up the LA Dodgers. The LA Dodgers are just, that team in the NL West who's always going to be around and always be that team. So they're another loaded roster, always going to contend there for the World Series the next few years. Ohtani being Ohtani, of course, with the interpreter gone. So, you can focus a little bit more. But yeah, I see the Dodgers in at 60.6 win percentage right now. Obviously, looking at the rankings here, I don't see any team that they would be ahead of right now. So, but they, as again, just like the Cubbies, as they continue to play, I'm sure they'll be bumping up here very soon. So,
yeah. My number 7 team is the Milwaukee Brewers at 19-11.
Didn't you have them at 10?
No, I had the Twins at 10.
I had Brewers. I had Brewers at 10. Yeah. I had your brother's Brewers at 10. Are you pissed about it,
and they carried some, they did me a solid, and so I'm going to do them a solid and bump them up to 7 on the power ranking list. 19-11. They are 5-5 in their last 10. Again, they got a big weekend series this weekend with the Cubs. Who are, both teams right there for first place. So
big time, big game.
Well, they got the Cubbies and they come to KC on Monday. So
Nice.
You're in Chicago, then you go travel down to KC, and you're playing against a good team of the Royals as well. So,
yeah, that's they got a rough set coming up. Tanner, we'll go to you. Who is your number 6 team?
Number 6 team is going to be the Milwaukee Brewers for me. This is a team that
favoritism.
Number 6. Hey, your Guardians are still haven't been announced, so they may not get announced now. Let me just tell you that.
Me, Milwaukee Brewers top 10. You can put them on. Come on.
This is where I differentiate.
We can change. We can all change.
This is where I differentiate in the winning percentage, right? So Milwaukee is a 63.3 percentage, which is the 5th highest win percentage currently in the league. But they are my number 6 team because they got bounced by a team 2 series ago. And I mean, their bullpen's tired. You could tell right away. They're starting to hurt on some injuries there. They lost, I believe it was Colin Ray, or no, it was somebody else. I can't remember who it was, but they're on the IL for a while, possibly the year. You're just kind of all banged up, but you're continuing to be really, really hot on offense, and you're continuing to just fight. So I like them at 6. Again, last year, what were they? The most consistent team in that division. And I mean, if they just hang around and stay the most consistent team in this one, they might pull it out as well. So I like 6. I like 6 for the Brewers.
Yeah, their run differential is plus 25, so that's pretty high.
Yeah, they're holding guys when they need to, but like I said, it's a little rough in the bullpen. You can tell that they get to the bullpen pretty early in most games. So,
Sam, your number 5 team.
Phillies. I have
or
one
number 6 team. Sorry, we're at 6. Sorry.
Okay,
6.
Philadelphia Phillies for me. Alec Bohm. I think he is just. I mean, he's tearing it up. Absolutely tearing it up. I mean, he is. Let's see, Player of the Week honors last week. 17 for 30 with 8 doubles, 8 RBIs, and 6 multi-hit games. That's getting it done right there. So I got the Phillies there. Maybe it's just for one player, but hey, it's my list. I'll do what I want.
Get this: the Knicks were up by 20 halfway through that first quarter, and now it's a tie game. Philly took the lead, and then
it was 30 to like 10 when I looked at it last.
Yeah, it's 49-49 with a minute to go in the first half. My number 6 team is my.
What do you want from me, bud?
is my Chicago Cubs, 19-13. If they could figure out this bullpen situation, Alizé already had 4 blown saves. Plus, today's game was cost by the bullpen. If we could figure out the bullpen situation, we'd be really freaking good. Justin Steele is out. Cody Bellinger's been out, and we're still right there. So give me my Chicago Cubs at number 6. Sam, you're number 5.
My burn on Big River, burn on Cleveland Guardians, Stephen Kwan, Jose Ramirez, Josh Naylor. Those guys continue to come in, and maybe not this game, but they come in and get it done. They love getting on base, and they're aggressive. I really love how Vogt has embedded that into them, right? And they'll get caught stealing bases or whatnot. But if you look at it, I mean, they steal a lot of bases and are successful at it. But for me, Kwan just continues to deliver it day in and day out over and over again. It doesn't have to be fancy if it's Kwan. You just got to get on base and let the big fellas hit you home. So that's how it is. I have them at 5.
Tanner?
I got number 5, the New York Yankees. Johnny's Yankees at number 5. A team, an offense. When it's ready to explode, it explodes. Look what they did against the Brewers in 2 games, right? Look what they've done also throughout the season. But when it's cold, man. It's chilly out there. The pitching's kind of up and down, but generally it's decent enough just to get it done as well. I got the Yankees at 5, and I got them ahead of the Brewers just because of that big series win there, where they just dominated the pitching staff. So, yeah, give me the Yankees there at 5.
I'm right there with you, Tanner. I got the Yankees at number 5, 20-13, 1 game back, run differential of plus 36. So that goes to show you the Yankees, like you said, that offense when it's hot, it's one of the best in baseball. Yeah. So. But yeah, I got the Yankees at 5. I'll go back to you, Tanner. Number 4.
Number 4 for me is where I also switch up on the win percentage again. That's where we get a little crazy. We're going the Cleveland Guardians at 4. For Cleveland leading the AL Central, like we talked about already. but they've also some really good wins. I really want to put the Astros in this spot since they winning the series. Looks like after today, so but I won't for Sam's sake here. So we'll keep it to the Guardians here at 4.
You can. I'm pretty upset.
There's 3 better teams. There's 3 better teams that'll be here probably throughout the rest of the year. So give me the Guardians.
I got you. Sam, you're number 4.
Yankees, a lot of the same reason you guys say. That roster, man, it's powerful. I already got to play against it once, 3 times this year, and I was lucky to steal 1 from them. They got pitchers, they got DeSoto, they've got it all, and of course, all rise. The judge is in session, so that Yankees, man, and October is going to be coming up here in a couple of months, and boy, when it gets here,
couple of months.
August, September.
How many months do we got to go?
I don't know. Wait.
I thought it was only May, dude. I thought it was only May. My bad.
I'm talking about baseball. Yeah. What are we talking about? I'm talking about just baseball. October gets really good in baseball, in my opinion. So
yeah, that's called the playoffs, Sam.
Yeah, I know. It's right around the corner. Why is everybody upset?
You said we're not even summer yet, man. I'm upset when I hear any kind of fall month yet.
Okay, yeah. All right, fine. October's months away.
Thank you.
So nothing to look forward to. Just whatever. Leave me alone.
My number 4 team is the LA Dodgers, 20-13, run differential of plus 49, 8-2 in their last 10. They're everything that we thought they would be. With Ohtani, Freeman, Kershaw, like they're everything that we thought they would be. There's as advertised. So I got the Dodgers at number 4. Sam, we'll go to you. Number 3.
Dodgers for me. A lot of the same things you just said. I don't want to put it on repeat here. I'm the guy that thinks October's 2 months away. So we'll just stick with Ohtani. Ohtani is amazing, even though that was a bull crap story about his interpreter. We all know it. But Dodgers, a lot of the same things you said, point differential. They're excellent. They're a good team.
Tanner, you're number 3.
Baltimore, they're starting to catch on now, right? And they're starting to look a lot better. They had some rough series against the Brewers, the Royals, and some other series there, where they just couldn't get it all together at once. So, but they're starting to take pace here, and something that we all expected at the beginning of the season here. So, give me Baltimore at 3.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I got Baltimore at 3 for all the reasons you just said. It seems like young team, a lot of expectations. We saw the Jackson Holiday call up, struggled. He'll call back. He'll keep call back up sometime again this year, and I expect him to play well. But 20-11, 12-7 at home, plus run differential plus 41. They'll be fine. But yeah, I got them at number 3. We'll go to you, Tanner. Number 2.
Number 2 leads up. It's Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a very exciting team. Great pitching, great hitting. And most of the time, they're pretty consistent at it. I mean, you're sitting at 65.6 win percentage. Yes, I know the Cleveland Guardians are better in the win percentage ranks, but Philadelphia is also a way better team, and they would crush Cleveland. So I like Philadelphia. I mean, everything seems to be going right for them. And number 2, quite frankly, to me, the second best team in the NL. So right there.
Well, if they're number 2, they're the second best team in baseball.
Yeah, that's true. At least
Sam, you're number 2.
Baltimore Orioles for me go here. This is the same guy, the same team that Nick, myself, and Grishman all took that was going to be in the World Series against the Braves. I still expect that. I have no reason to think otherwise. Orioles.
The Royals are taking that spot. Don't you worry.
Yeah, my number 2 team is the same as Tanner's, and that's the Phillies. 20-1-11, run differential plus 27. So yeah, the Phillies are my number 2. I believe we all probably concede the number 1 team is, and Sam, go ahead.
Max Fried, Bryce Miller, Acuna, all these guys. These are the Atlanta Braves. I went up against them. I went toe-to-toe. I got 1 out of the series. I was happy about it, but it still didn't stop them from absolutely destroying me that first game. They are a machine. And, what's interesting is they don't even have their pitching all the way figured out yet. But boy, if they do, I don't know, man. They look like they're ready to take on the world. Atlanta Braves, number 1.
Tanner?
I mean, do we gotta say anything else? It's the Braves, man. You're not even double-digit losses yet right now. Look on mine. You have wins, great win series in April against Arizona. You swept. The Mets don't really count as a team. Miami, you won the series. Houston, you swept. Texas, you won the series 2-3, 2-1. Miami, you swept again. Cleveland, you won the series. And Seattle it's your first series lost as of today. Because you won the game, you lost the last 2. First series loss this year. This is insane. It's insane for Atlanta. Despite losing one of their biggest pitchers early in the season. So, hey, I'm in. Braves number 1.
Are you in?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. The Atlanta Braves 20-9. Only team that still have single-digit losses. The Atlanta Braves. Plus run differential plus 48, only the second highest. Only the Dodgers have 1 run more differential wise. Yep. So the Atlanta Braves, we all touted them as the team to go to the World Series, and the first month of the season they've looked exactly like the team that we all thought they were, as advertised.
They are who we thought they were.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Sam. They are who we thought they were.
We let them off the hook. Anyway.
Before we get out of here, we'll go ahead. Tanner, any final thoughts here before we get up out of here?
Sorry, I'm looking at Twitter right now, and all the Bucks fans are a lot butthurt right now. So, I don't think they know what to do this offseason. So, other than that, I'm excited. The Buffoons and I were hitting Tulsa up this weekend. Then the Brewers come to town in KC on Monday. So I'll be at the Royals games all 3 days. As for that series here, I'm really excited because I haven't been to the K since 2019, guys. 2019 was the last time I went to the K, the Kauffman, the Royals Stadium. So been to Arrowhead plenty of times, but not Kauffman. So we'll be able to check in there, see what's new, and see what they're going to depart from in the end. So other than that, Mikey's dropping his top 3 to 5. I can't remember what the number is. Top 3 to 5 rookies for fantasy football coming up this year. So check that out on Basement Brew Fantasy Football. Dropping tomorrow morning. So excited for that.
Love it.
Sam?
Oh, boy. Nothing much. I got Fanboys Unleashed. We're finally going to review the draft class this Sunday, the draft class and undrafted free agents. And there's going to be a couple of those undrafted free agents that are going to be signed for sure. You're not going to be able to walk away without getting a couple of them. I think that's about it for me, other than love the show. Love you guys.
What about the wrestling show? Don't you have more coming on that with Alan or no?
A wrestling show. Oh, that's right. Next Tuesday. Thank you, master producer. Alan and I will be reviewing Backlash on Tuesday. I'm excited for that. Backlash comes on Saturday. I'm not sure at the time. I'm sure Nick has forgotten the password to my Peacock, and
that's what she said.
You'll have to grovel to get it back for me. Anyway,
no, I'd say it's signed in, Sam. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Let me just kick you out real quick. Anyway,
I've been watching The Office every night before I go to bed.
My favorite part in the text chain was just like, I can't believe they're gonna make you buy the cock or use it. It's awful. And I'm like, don't you use mine? You're like, yeah. So, okay. Very, very strong stance.
Gotta watch The Office, man.
I get it. The Office is on.
Yeah. Nonetheless, let's see. Real quick. Me and Whit just did head kicks and haymakers right before this earlier today. Please check it out. We previewed UFC 301. It is not quite the banger that UFC 300 is at all. In fact, it's like there's nothing left on the cupboard. So
that's on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It is. It's not. If you're expecting 300 level, you're going to be highly disappointed. But
are we getting entertainment though? Is that the recap there for me? Like, we're getting entertainment. There will be any entertainment. Like, I'm going to be at a bar in the casino, so I need to.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? Like you can put it on. Yeah. It's not gonna be. Now, there's always going to be something crazy that happens. It's pretty much Brazil versus the world. Okay. And I picked in the main card. I picked all the Brazilians. So there's that. Yeah,
that's fine. But I'm excited. Yeah. I'll probably be watching it depending when we get back. But yeah, we're gonna go to the arena football game down in Tulsa too. So
nice.
That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
Nice. So yeah, but check that out. We even gave some the gambling picks and things like that. For UFC 301, so we'll see. So Scott was saying the Derby. I thought the Derby was Memorial Day weekend. I didn't realize it's
this weekend. It's this weekend in Omaha. Omaha this week.
No, the Kentucky Derby.
The Kentucky Derby is Memorial Weekend. Yeah, this is the Derby related to the whole season.
Oh, okay. So, is it? I don't fucking know. I don't understand.
The only reason I know this is because our trip, we were actually going to go to Omaha and then go to Lincoln and go see a concert there. I think Nothing More was playing in Lincoln. So we were going to go to Omaha, let Jason do his casino stuff, go to Lincoln, go to the breweries, and go to the concert. Well, we go into book our Omaha and everything's booked or it's like $180, $190 a night. And these are the shitty ones too. And we're like, what the hell is going on? Talked to some people at the furniture store that we go to get drinks. And apparently...
It sounds so weird when you say it.
I love it, dude. They're like, "Are you guys going to the Derby?" And we're like, "What? What's going on?" They're like, "Yeah, the Derby's that weekend." I'm like, "Well, no wonder we can't get a damn room for a good price." So that's what's going on. It's all related to this same Kentucky Derby stuff. So,
all right.
And Scott's betting on it.
He's got fierceness for the Derby, along with Catching Freedom and Watch Honor Marie. I thought those were fucking movies at first when he was fucking talking.
It's one of those songs that's like sung by an old Irishman in a phonograph, you know. Watch Honor Marie.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the show. We'll be back. Real quick, special podcast show this Sunday, 7:00 Central, 8 Eastern. My guest is none other than Ed in Columbus. So.
Ed and Columbus show.
Yeah. Little Bodkins and Ed show on Sunday.
Let's get a graphic created. We'll put a rated R at the bottom right.
Bottom left. Please don't let your children watch this. Hide your wives, hide your kids.
Your discretion advised before the show even starts.
Yeah.
This will be right on after Skinamax.
So 7:00 Central, 8 Eastern. Put the kids to bed a little early and tune into the podcast show with me and Ed from Columbus. Is it Ed from Ed in Columbus? I think.
Ed in Columbus,
yeah. Looking forward to sitting down with Ed talking all things Cleveland sports. So.
2-hour special Sunday.
Can't wait. That'll be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. So, all right. That's the show. We'll be back 8:00 Central, 9 Eastern. Tanner will be at the Royals game. But the rest of us will be here. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Like, subscribe, share. See you then, folks. Tanner, hit that outro. Have a good night. Have a good weekend, folks.
Tell each other fairy tales and we sing to the beautiful women. She's looking at you. No, she's looking at me.
Thanks so much for joining us, and until next time, let's talk sport, friends. Thanks for watching.